Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am ready.
You sure?
Yes, let's record the video. Oh. Sorry. No, I was stuck in my Kim Basinger impression from this movie.
What do you mean?
You know, emotionless, wooden, completely devoid of all charisma and appeal.
You're not being a nice guy.
Nice guys. Hey!
The Nice Guys, written and directed by Shane Black, stars Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
So set in 1977, this tells the story of a private investigator and an enforcer who have to team up to find the missing daughter of a Department of Justice official, as she may have a connection to the recent death of a very famous porn star. So I was really excited for this movie. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. It was written and directed by Shane Black, who's long been one of my favourite writers in Hollywood. He first got his big break writing the first two Lethal Weapon movies, and in the last 10 years or so, he's more taken up directing, first with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
And then Iron Man 3.
I'm a huge fan of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So, this is him returning to the buddy cop kind of stories that he was famous for after, a foray into the superhero genre. And I was as a fan, I was really happy with what I saw today. This was a really compelling and most of all, really funny movie. I think Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, not two actors that spring to mind immediately when you think of a comedic movie, especially a buddy cop movie, but they really owned their roles in this movie. They were really fun together. They had some really great moments. Gun! And I think it was a great film noir, great neo-noir. This is set in the 70s. It very much evokes those kind of hard-boiled detective novels of the Johnny Gossamers and the Raymond Chandlers. And I think for the most part, this really works. It's a really interesting mystery. At times, it kind of feels a bit like it's kind of window dressing for the bigger story, which is more just the time that it's set in, because I think they really did well to kind of build this 1970s Los Angeles. But, like I said, the mystery is compelling. The two leads are fantastic. It's well directed. It's funny as hell, and I had a great time watching it.
Yep, so same as Ed, I really enjoyed this film. So it's compelling characters, the bromance between Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. It's really great. You wouldn't really expect that from the two of them, if you first put them together, but their chemistry on set was amazing. It was really well put together. I have to say, up until Act 3, the story was really good, really progressive, but maybe at the end, with all the tie-in stories,
all the characters kind of coming together.
It was quite messy at the end, but it was still really good.
But it is a bit messy, but I think a lot of these kind of film noir mysteries are like that, where you've kind of got all these different pieces moving in motion, and they all ascend, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I thought for me, this movie, it felt kind of like an amalgamation of two of my favorite movies of all time. You've got Roman Polanski's Chinatown and Boogie Nights. And
also a bit of
The Big Lebowski, there's a bit of LA Confidential thrown in there. And not all of those are mystery films per se, but I think they're all kind of sharing this quality that it really is a massive clusterfuck towards the end, when you've got, it's a really kind of tight mystery, lots of very intriguing characters, intriguing development, intriguing plot lines, and then towards the end it just kind of goes, it kind of just, the shit hits the fan. And I don't think, for whatever reason, I didn't feel like this one worked as well as those aforementioned movies, or even Shane Black's first debut feature, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which has a similar thing where you have this slow burning mystery and then it kind of climaxes at the end. I feel like that one was a bit more rewarding. I think probably because, for as much as I liked Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling together, I had a few problems with their character development, minor problems, but a few of the characters here are a bit underdeveloped, whereas I feel like with other movies which are going for similar things, the characters are stronger and you do care for them a bit more, so it does mean a bit more towards the end. But that being said, it is a very minor nit. Like, it's a messy finale, but I think it was something that it was planned. It was planned to be messy. Yeah, it was planned to be messy, and I felt like it fit the movie pretty well.
So besides the lead two roles, Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling, we've got Angourie Rice
playing Ryan Gosling's daughter.
Yeah, she's like the more mature.
She's fantastic in this
of the three of them. Yeah, they all team up together.
She's a young Australian actor, so go there, and I thought she really fantastic performance, because the world they set up in this movie is definitely not a kid-friendly one. It deals with pornography. It's dealing with it's an extremely violent movie as well. But I thought that she was fantastic in the movie, and she fit in really well.
There were some situations in the film, that I felt weren't really necessary or appropriate, but then again, it's Ryan Gosling's kid. In the movie, he's very, depressed, alcohol dependent, and then we see her character take on this more mature role. Yeah.
And then we also have Matt Bomber playing this assassin who appears in the last maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Amazing.
The moment he appears on screen, you know that this guy isn't to be trusted.
Yeah.
And it's this immediate like, oh shit moment, because you know what's about to go down is going to be pretty serious.
And what's great is like they have this scene before where you don't see him, but you see all the mess is left behind him, and it was like really
They talk
really
him
well
up a
done.
lot in the beginning of the movie, and then when he appears, it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Because this is written by Shane Black, it's obviously very, very funny. Did you feel like the gags always worked? A lot of the gags in this movie depend on either a death of a character or a lot of the violence is going on. Did you ever have a problem with the way it was portrayed or the collateral damage that was in some of this, in parts of the movie?
Not really. I felt though that there was a lot of segregation between the comedy, action, and drama of the film, and not that that's bad. It's not that noticeable, but it's still there.
I didn't really have a problem with it because I felt a lot of the humour in the movie does rest on very dark subject matter, but the movie itself is quite dark. It's got a very kind of nihilistic, dark tone throughout the entire movie. So when, like, there are a few moments where a pedestrian just randomly gets shot.
Yeah,
and
like
when
Shane
it happens,
Black went there.
it's obviously there for humour, but you laugh and then you go, oh crap,
Shit.
yeah, like this person just died. But there was just a lot of funny interactions between the two characters, just them riding in the car, arguing over the most mundane minutiae about life. And that rests on the fact that they had great chemistry, and so those little details worked. It also has some really great callbacks just from the beginning of the movie, especially in the last 30 minutes when they're dealing with the bad guys.
The whole, like, when they're arresting the case.
But I think it does it really well, and it makes sort of some fantastic moments.
As mentioned, the film is set in the 1970s. What did you think of the whole aesthetic of the film?
I think they did a really fantastic job. The production design team did a really fantastic job of evoking this kind of decade, just from the costuming to the production design, but the music. It felt really authentic. And then even, I was reading about this online, so a lot of the movie is set in Ryan Gosling's character's house, and he kind of overlooks all of LA. And when you see LA, apparently they use a lot of CG to kind of recreate the skyline of the 1970s.
Like the Hollywood sign was all broken down.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't look like LA of 2015. It doesn't look like this kind of flashy metropolis. It looks like a city from the 1970s. And I think they did a really fantastic job. There's a great commitment to recreating this period, this time.
Something that was really good about this film was it wasn't another sequel, prequel, spin-off, comic book remake or anything. It was an original, even though it had, like, you could tell they were like thrown bits of other movies in.
Yeah, it's certainly Shane Black kind of playing up to his strengths. This is a genre that he's really familiar with. The dynamics between the relationships he's done before. Yeah. But that being, like you said, it does feel original. It's actually, I thought it was going to be almost identical to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang just based on the trailers, but I think it actually does do enough to separate it from the two, and I think the two movies can stand on their own, and you can kind of see the differences in how Shane Black has changed as a director and even a writer just in the past 10 years.
Wouldn't it be cool if Robert Downey Jr. just made an appearance in this one as his character?
I think Robert Downey Jr. would have been interesting in the Ryan Gosling role.
So if you enjoyed the video, watch it again, like it, subscribe.
So next week we're going to be reviewing Money Monster, the newest movie directed by Jodie Foster,
political thriller
starring George Clooney and Julie Roberts. It should be an interesting one. It's got kind of very mixed reactions. So until then, we'll see you guys next week. Peace. We'll see you on